Steelers in crisis, Omar Khan's moves and the mystery that still hasn't been solved. The butterfly effect of football often leads us to question the decisions that shaped the fate of a franchise. What if the Steelers had landed Brandon Aiyuk? What if Davante Adams had been the big acquisition? What if the Christian Kirk trade had been completed before the injury? While fans try to connect the dots, the truth is that the Pittsburgh Steelers entered the 2025 offseason with many questions and few answers. Chief among them is this: did Omar Khan really do enough to ensure the offense was ready to compete? The Steelers' general manager recently faced questions about some of his moves last season, especially the mid-season signings of Mike Williams and Preston Smith. When pressed about whether he envisioned a bigger impact from those players, his answer was enigmatic. "I think those two guys helped us. If I had to do it over again, I would do it over again. But at the end of the day, the result is that we lost 5 games in a row, and that's not good enough." But did Khan really say everything he really thinks? The signings that never worked and the trades that never happened. The truth is, if Khan could speak out, he might have said something closer to, "Yeah, we expected them to be more impactful. Mike Williams should have been more involved in the offense. Preston Smith should have been a key player in the playoffs, but he didn't even play against the Baltimore Ravens." And in the end, those moves weren't enough to prevent the team from collapsing late in the season. But the real problem with the Steelers isn't just the trades they made. It's also the trades that never came to fruition. If the team really wanted an impactful wide receiver, why weren't Brandon Aiyuk, Davante Adams and Courtland Sutton acquired? Why didn't the Jaguars and Steelers finalize the trade for Christian Kirk before his collarbone injury? Now, the Jaguars have stated that they won't even consider trading him in 2025. If we really want to go back in time and find the true breaking point, perhaps we should look at the decision to trade Donte Jackson for Diontae Johnson almost a year ago. That move left a huge hole at wide receiver, and while Johnson has struggled in Carolina, Baltimore and Houston, the question remains: should Khan have secured a replacement before making the trade? The team simply assumed they would land a top-tier receiver in free agency or the draft. But when the season started, all Pittsburgh had, besides George Pickens, was an inconsistent group with little depth. Yes, Calvin Austin III was finally showing potential, but was the Steelers' wide receiver core built with the aggression needed to compete in the AFC? What did Khan say about Aiyuk? Did he reveal everything? The Steelers also tried to bring in Brandon Aiyuk last offseason, but the deal fell through. When asked about that failure, Khan was blunt but didn't give much away. Obviously, it became a very public process. He made a deal with San Francisco. "I'm always going to look at everything, and if I feel like it's going to help us, we'll take it. If not, we'll move on." But was that really the whole story? It's worth remembering that Mike Tomlin himself fueled the rumors when he jokingly referenced Aiyuk's possible arrival in an interview on WDVE radio. This led fans and journalists to believe that the deal was close to being completed, but in the end it all fell apart. In any case, no one questions Khan's willingness to seek reinforcements, but his ability to actually make those deals happen, especially at wide receiver, still raises questions. And that will be the big question for the Steelers going forward. Can the team build a truly competitive offense, or will it continue to stumble on its own indecision? Now, what to expect from the Steelers? With the off-season in full swing, the Steelers still have time to make the right moves. But every day that goes by without a major change in the team increases the pressure on Khan and Tomlin. Now, we want to hear your opinion. Do you think the Steelers made crucial mistakes in the last negotiations? Has Omar Khan done enough to ensure a competitive offense? Leave your comment below and write "Steelers need to act fast" if you believe the franchise needs to be more aggressive in the market. And to continue following all the moves, trades, and behind-the-scenes news from the NFL, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Your participation strengthens our community and helps us bring exclusive and updated content about everything that happens in the league.